So you got this guy right over here. He ain't really going viral. I ain't seen too many people sharing it, but I wanted to comment on it. He's pretty much saying women that's single past their 30s and 40s are pretty much messed up. Before I even try to go in on that, I just want to notate that, man, ladies, y'all need to step it up because it's too many of us men on platforms going in on y'all. Y'all be going in on us too on some of y'all platforms, but we just be coming out the woodworks. I really want to see somebody that really just be doing both. Okay, shout out to Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, because he used to go in on both of us, but I feel like a lot of people didn't notice that because you had a lot of women that didn't like him because he was just too blunt. So, R.I.P. Kevin, right? I did come across this one lady. She was saying some real stuff, and I wanted to share it. But the thing is, though, I shared that platform too many times. Okay, because she was talking about men not being emotional or coming home bringing bad energy. But I'll wait a few months down the line before I share that again. So, in regards to what he's saying, before I even really dive deep in it, right? First off, you got men and you got women who, when they be telling stories, you already know what type of person they is, and you gotta sit up there. I gotta hear both sides of the story because I already know how you is. Cause you know you got three sides. You got his side, you got her side, then you got the truth, and you know you got a lot of men out here. Like either one, they be taking that alpha male stuff too serious. Like, yeah, you the man of the house and stuff like that. But, you know, like y'all still a team at the end of the day. And, you know, she's still human also. You know, you got to treat her like a person too, right? And you got a lot of men who be like going too far with it. Or you got some that's just real slow. All right. I don't have so many jobs. So I done been around so many type of people like throughout my years of living. Okay. And then you got women, right? So, like, regards to what he's saying, like 30s and 40s and stuff like that. First off, I don't like to sit up there and like put time on everything or put a biological clock on certain stuff because I know that's the thing that women do first off anyway, right? They like to have a biological clock. They want to get certain stuff done at a certain time of their life. And I don't live like that, but when it comes to certain things like this, you got to do it because here's the thing, right? Fellas, say like you single in your 20s or your late 20s or 30s, 40s or whatever. You already know they're going to ask the same thing about you too. Like, hey man, what's wrong? Why you ain't in a relationship? You ain't got no girlfriend, you ain't got no kids or what's wrong here? That's how backwards we is a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? Cuz this don't apply to everybody. That's the thing about it, but certain people just backwards, right? They be sitting up there. You got people that be sitting up there like, oh, yeah, you having kids in your 40s. That's just, that's too old. And, yeah, I don't want to get no child dressed up for kindergarten in my 40s. And shout out to Carlos Miller. He said this comment way back in, like, 2018 when he was doing the 85 South show, live performance either in Mississippi, Alabama. He was trying to holler at this lady. He asked how old she was. He said about 34. And he asked how many kids she got. She said 0. After that, he was like, I don't trust her. I don't want to know more. You mean to tell me in all them years of living, ain't nobody slip up or nothing? All right. Because these things can't apply to this situation right over here. Either that cat bad or something wrong with you. And I ain't going to lie, right? Because I don't work so many jobs. So I done been around a lot of women. Okay, so this don't apply to everybody. But a lot of these women that is in their late 20s, I'm saying late 20s. Late 20s, 30s, 40s, they ain't got no man or they ain't got no kids. I've always said in the back of my head, like, oh, okay. I see why. Because when I start working around them for a long time and I start to see their true colors and stuff like that, and I see like, okay, they ain't all the way right over here. You know, that comment will always stick out in the back of my head. All right, so because he ain't the first person that's saying this right over here. It's a lot of folks that done said this. That's the thing about it. So I'm not even arguing against him. You know, I kind of agree with him. All right. So my thing is, right, as you go on through life, you're supposed to grow. So say like, okay, you in this relationship. This relationship ain't work out because he done did X, Y, and Z. Cool, man. You know, do your thing, man. You got to get out. You got to learn when you young anyway. But if the same thing keep happening in every relationship, you got to start to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? what's the problem here? And there's so many scenarios or attributes or whatever you can put into that. Whether it's you keep messing with the same people, or you keep doing something wrong, or there's certain thing that you're not doing, or whatever. You understand? Because you can't sit up there and classify all us men in one category. We is all different. All men ain't horrible. Okay, just like all women ain't horrible. You understand? And so as life goes on, you got to grow, because the thing is though, a lot of women, they get in relationships or in the next relationship. Let's be real, y'all be knowing how to play victim, okay? You know that, and you be having a lot of folks going, whether it be your friends, your family, or the new man that you're dealing with. You have him going like, "Oh, I don't like that man. Oh, when I see him, I'm a whatever," right? And that's cool, but fellas, and let's be real, ladies. I don't know if y'all know whatever, but eventually, as time goes down the line, and say y'all out that honeymoon stage, I guarantee y'all, it's been a few times where that man done told himself like, I see why bruh did what he did. Or I see why bruh broke up with her. Or I see why X, Y, and Z, whatever. You understand? Because them true colors come out. Now you really get to know that person. And like I said, eventually you got to take accountability. Especially if you got kids. Because you don't want to have them kids sitting up there thinking like it's normal to keep having men coming in and out of your life. Don't do that to your kids. You feel me? Because they don't need to be going through that. Don't have them thinking it's normal, okay? And then also, like, ask yourself too, especially if you got people around you that's going through the same thing, whether it be your family or whatever. If it's your family, man, you gotta be like on something like, okay, what can I do different? Or especially if I got kids, like, what can they do different? I can tell them, because we gotta break this. We can't keep letting this happen. This we don't want to. I ain't gonna say it's, yeah, you can say it's normal, whatever, but like, hold on. Let me take that back. Hold on. I don't want them to sit up there and think that's normal, okay? And what can I do different to stop them from making that happen, right? So, like I said, you got to take responsibility, because the thing is, though, you get to your 30s, you get to your 40s, you get to your 50s. As you get through life, you're supposed to be more wiser. And I already told y'all, like, a lot of these people in this generation that is in their 40s or 50s, I feel like I can't even talk to, because I feel like they ain't wise at all, a lot of them. I feel like they be trying to act like the people that's 20 years younger than them or 30 years younger than them. I feel like, you feel me? So it's like, I feel like something is definitely wrong if I feel like I can't even talk to you for wisdom. So when he's saying that a lot of women, 30s, 40s, 50s, are messed up, broken, whatever, I definitely agree. Okay, because at a certain point, you're supposed to learn. Like, okay, what's going on here? Because say if relationship just not for you, that's cool then. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for you, but it's probably a reason why it ain't for you. Unless you just choose to be alone, whatever. And even people that do want to be alone, you see why they want to be alone, or it's just something off about them. Like, it's so much that you can put to it. So like I said, I definitely see where bro coming from when it comes to this. All right. I try to not make sure that I'm just going in on you ladies, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you got men out here that's messed up too. Okay. And y'all put in the comments like how y'all feel about this also. Because what do y'all think? What do y'all think when it comes to that? People in their 30s, with women in their 30s and 40s or 50s that's still single, they kind of messed up. I feel like you do got a lot of women out here that's naive and feel like they don't think what they do, ain't nothing wrong with what they do. They really be going into the next relationship and the next relationship and the next relationship, doing the same thing over and over again, not trying to learn from the mistakes that they made in the last relationship. Okay, they keep repeating the same thing, and they be sitting up there trying to figure out what's going on here. Because let's be real, y'all be catching on a little too slow than y'all should. And y'all got to stop doing that. I keep telling y'all, y'all got to stop acting like y'all don't know what's going on. It's not healthy for y'all, and especially if you got kids, it ain't healthy for the kids. But other than that, y'all be safe.